on that old school shit. Yeah. Money talking like that, my business. Seeing these brand new faces, say shootouts in different places. Shotters talk overrated, that money come different phrases. Yeah, yeah. Heard these niggas want some smoke with them babies. Bullet.
Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. Y'all, why is Peach talking trash about a pastor? Now, I could also equally say, why is the pastor talking about Peach McIntyre in his church? Because both of them are equally surprising and crazy. But let's get into it. Now, before we get into that, we're going to honor our Mishmob member for today, which is Nicole. Thank you so much for being a supporter and public subscriber of the channel. I really appreciate it. And guys, you also can be acknowledged as a Mishmob member just by engaging with our content, being sure to hit the like button, being sure to watch our videos and participate in our lives, being a subscriber to the channel. Be sure your post notifications on, and by hyping us up. We also, guys, have a membership that starts at just $1.99 a month. So being a member gives you additional features available from the channel, and it also allows you unlimited access to our videos. So be sure you check that out. Now, let's jump on over here into the commentary, because, baby, this here is a whole mess.
Come on, guys. Follow information. Let's go.
When I watched that pastor speak on Peach McIntyre, baby, I almost did the Holy Ghost and had to let him know. See, here's the thing about it is, the church stopped thinking with faith and start thinking about a dollar bill. It says that whatever God got for you, no man can take away from you. And with this being said, that's a man of God that ain't waiting for God to come and bless him, and ain't waiting for the service of God to come and give him what it is that he needs and his soul's desire of his need. Now let me just tell you something. This the God honest truth. That's why you have a lot of people that's stirring from the church. That's why I have a lot of people who don't go to church, and that's why I have a lot of people that's going to the younger churches, because they're not all about a dollar. And that's the problem. So when Peach McIntyre spoke on that, that lady was not wrong. She was right this time. This is why are you so concerned what's going on in the street? The church ain't.
Now, let me say this in light of what she said. A lot of people have different views of what was said, because when you look at the clip that people are playing, you don't know if it's real. You also don't know if it's the whole clip. So without the entire context of what was said, you don't really know where to go with that. So I'm going to begin by saying that, but we're going to jump over here to another clip and look at the clip that's being put out.
We paid Peach $1,100 There's no such thing. It's a whole lot of money. Now here's what I'm saying. Even though it's funny, and it's actually great marketing and great exposure, actually, to be honest.
As you see, TKC is the name of the church that spoke on her. Now, the whole lot of money statement that he said, that is the, I guess, the title of the sermon that he was preaching. Again, if you look at this little short clip, you really don't know what he's talking about. But let's finish listening to it.
As long as you make a return on your investment, you're good. But here's the thing. My point is, although it's humorous, it helps you to see how hypocritical we pay.
This is another thing that I thought about. Again, that's the clip that's being put out. You really don't know the context in which he is speaking if you look at just that clip, right? Also, is he speaking on folks paying her as a good or a bad thing? Because he actually had the nerve to say it's genius. And I really hate that people do that because they're giving Peach accolades that she doesn't really deserve. She is good at guerrilla marketing. I spoke on that before. That is using unique, eye-catching or jaw-dropping type of ways to market a product or service, right? That's what guerrilla marketing is. Now we're going to go over here and look at one more person speak on this, and then we're going to go from there.
Y'all Peach done got into it with the pastor. I ain't lying. I am not making this up. TKC Church in Orlando. His name is Pastor David S. Jaquez. That man said he was going to bring Peach to the church house whether she liked it or not. So somewhere along the line, Peach got wind of this whole fiasco that they had Sunday today, right? And so she snaps back at the pastor. But my thing is, she only took a little clip. I don't think she went and actually listened to what this man really said, like the whole, everything that he said. Because I went back and I watched the entire sermon. And like you can literally tell, he didn't talk about her up until this certain point. He spoke on her and then he kept moving. So I have that entire part. Now I'm going to play that part and then I'm going to play how Peach responded. And I want y'all to tell me, just tell me what you think.
This is going to be my last one. Now, before I get my last one, there's no shade. I think it's genius. I think some people don't pay they pay for value and exposure, but people pay. But
now, what he is doing is taking different things that I guess he feels people are spending money on, and he's saying that you guys are taking the time and effort to pay for these particular things, but when it comes to paying for things in conjunction with the church, it's too much money. And that's what his message was.
When it comes to church, that's too much. This is my last one and I'm done, y'all. Put up my picture.
Somebody actually says, I knew it, which I thought was interesting.
We paid Peach $1,100. There's no such thing. It's a whole lot of money. Now here's what I'm saying. Even though it's funny, and it's actually great marketing and great exposure, actually, to be honest. And as long as you make a return on your investment, you're good. But here's the thing. My point is, although it's humorous, it helps you to see how hypocritical we are when it comes down to things that we want against what God asks.
Now, why the fuck y'all talk about me in church? What had happened?
We paid Peach $1,100.
First of all, it wasn't no $1,100. It was $1,111.11. It was very divine.
Freaking idiot. It don't matter if it was $1,200. The point of the sermon is people pay for what they want. You just have to find a way to although this is about you, this part he is talking about you, but you just got to be right and make somebody wrong that deep. Like, why you even give a shit? You should be flattered that somebody had you in church, because Lord knows that's the only way you're going to be in there.
See, that's your problem. You up there player hating. You being like Tia. You're being a pussy ass hating ass po ass pastor. You just want money. Praying for all tears.
Okay, but you just want money too, Peach. So now what?
Trying to use me to panhandle in the motherfucking church. Don't do that. Ask God to give you a divine number, motherfucker.
And God didn't give you that number. Just because it's all ones don't make it a divine number. So there's that as well.
Y'all Peach done got into it with the pastor.
Now, y'all, that is what she took from it. Now, quite frankly, she didn't show very much when she was doing her so-called adaptation of what was said. Now, what I am going to do is, I thought I had pulled it up already. Let me see if I can find it. We're going to play this little part of the sermon.
We paid Peach $1,100. There's no such thing. It's a whole lot of money. Now, here's what I'm saying. Even though it's funny, and it's actually great marketing and great exposure, actually, to be honest. And as long as you make a return on your investment, you're good. But here's the thing. My point is, although it's humorous, it helps you to see how hypocritical we are when it comes down to things that we want against what God asks. So my question this morning is Ramsey's gonna help me in this, is that we're gonna give in 3 tiers. I'm gonna pray for all 3 tiers. But I'm gonna ask you to search within your heart, whether you're online or in person, what is God asking me to give? Because a lot of us are missing out on our opportunity to gain more because we are intimidated at releasing what God has blessed us with. I gave this story in the last service. I was working at a church. We were getting married. If you know anything about buying a house, you can't move any money. But I was at church and they were asking for a special giving. And I wanted to participate, but I wasn't making a whole lot of money. So what I ended up doing was I gave $500. I ain't know giving that $500 didn't make any sense at all. I needed it. I'm trying to close on a house. And actually, we didn't even have enough money to close. So the next Sunday, I'm sitting in service with an attitude because I gave $500 a week before, and I'm thinking to myself, I could really use my money back. I'm just a college kid. I'm still in college, working. My pastor calls me up and says, hey, David, come up on stage. I'm like, what does he want? He's like, you getting married? I'm like, yeah, you doing it? He's like, yeah, this young man needs some money. And I'll never forget, it was $6,000 that they raised for me that Sunday. And here's the thing. That was money to get furniture, to help out with closing, all because I trusted when it was easier to hold it. And now giving is just what we do. It's just
So, quite frankly, that's enough to see. He was making a point. The message wasn't about Peach at all. She was a catalyst that he used to make the point. When you are dealing with the world, and there are all types of people in this world that you are dealing with, you get original, you get creative, and you go and try to connect with people where they are. Let's be honest, if you own TikTok and you are in the urban markets, she's somebody that you may have ran across folks talking about. So he met people where they were. It's really that simple, right? But she just has to be such a um combative individual, because that's what people who market the way she does, that's what they do. That's what guerrilla marketing is all about. But whatever the case is, he used her to make a point, and it was a good point. He also took the point, compared it to a real life situation, which was him putting the 500 into the church, him feeling kind of a ways because he was afraid, but he did what he felt like was right. And because of that, God blessed him. It was a good message. It was a good comparison, and it was good creation that he used to do what he had to do. When I talked to my daughter and I was telling her about it, she got it before I even gave her uh an example to use. The bottom line is, in today's church, you have to reach people where they are. It's that simple. And so I'm gonna ask you guys, do you think it was inappropriate? Because some people said that he never should have mentioned her. Do you think it was wrong to mention her? And if you don't, do you think he did a good job at bringing his point home? Also, if you do think it's wrong that he mentioned her, what is your opinion of the situation? Tell me in the comments that, guys, because this is pretty much the point. Like, her and how she reacted. Um, I mean, she the one got to stand before God at some point. It ain't for me to judge, because I ain't gonna be there with her when she there. So let me know what you guys think. We'll definitely continue this conversation in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.